1 2.
TNT is on.
TNT check 1 2.
Watching some playoff basketball.
Playoff basketball check 1 2.
Oh, you know how I was gonna start the show?
Start the show check 1 2. I'm done.
I came up. Oh man, I had a great idea.
Save it for another episode. Write it down and save it for another episode. Don't burn it unless you think it's a one-time thing and it's done.
Yeah.
Save it on your separate notes.
Yeah, no, I have to save it because I don't remember to what effect I was going to use it.
Now you have a whole week to think about it, even better.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So you gotta get some production from us. You didn't tilt the thing back. I can't see myself no more.
You're right.
It's all good.
Oh shit, yeah, that thing's shit.
It's all good. Don't worry.
Damn.
We'll change next period.
Episode 156.
156.
Episode 156 of the True North Views podcast. I will admit I'm a little
back home smoking legal
because I put some odd grabber. Even though it's not that hot, it's cold grabber. But yo, listen.
I thought you were talking about the weather.
So I'm like, I'm a little like, what am I doing? Anyways,
up there?
I know what I am doing. I'm introing the pod, True North Views podcast, episode 156. Like I mentioned, we're True North Views, man. We discuss hip hop. We discuss R&B. We discuss the culture.
Y'all know.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know.
Yeah, man. We're out here. Toronto's unofficial podcast. Now, if you don't know by now, I go by the name of Harris. Something Dill. While Dill would normally do his intro, I was trying to like, you know,
DJ his intro,
switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to sound so scripted all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know, I went with like the end of the sentence and then.
I noticed that. I was like, unofficial. I was like, wait, doesn't that come a little bit early? I actually thought about that. I'm like, yeah. Something
Dill.
Pops it on. Bang! The point goes down and the game is tied.
I realized, and I did it accidentally last week, but when you play the Mike Breen, the game is tied with the Drake okay, it's like, it's way better. It's more celebratory, right?
I just heard it right now. Like,
The game is tied.
I just heard right now. I'm like, yo, that sounds dope.
It sounded harder, so I think I'm going to start doing that.
That's a hard one. You already know who it is. Script master here, Mr. Triple Double himself, 0 assists.
My bad.
Cheese. NBA champion. Cheese. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Cheese. Stealing 70 mil from the TTC. Cheese. You can call me Just Shola. And as usual, we are here giving you our views from the perspective of a few first-generation Torontonians.
That's all I know.
In case you didn't know, we had a soundboard. We played all of the sounds right there.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we ain't using,
Definitely.
none of our sounds are going to waste.
Definitely. We got that soundboard. We got the show popping. Let the people know where they can follow us, of course,
Tell them.
at True North Views. They had the Circle Ice thing. LG commercial, the Circle Ice making.
Yo,
that shit makes Circle Ice. That's crazy. Wow, inside joke.
For real.
At True North Views on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Please follow us on each of those respective platforms. On our YouTube, you will find our full episodic experience. We still can look at the thing, right? Even though it's because we're looking at the camera, right?
It just feels weird.
It feels very analog. Like it don't feel really like. Anyways, man. On our YouTube, like I said, full episodic experience, audio, visual. You can see what we're wearing. Are we matching? Not really.
Well, kind of, but not really.
We're both wearing cities, I suppose.
Yeah.
Cities, some very loosely, very adjacent, but cities nonetheless.
Actually, you know what? I actually do want them to win, but I wasn't thinking.
Locations.
But I do want them to win. I wasn't thinking about that when I was wearing this. I was like, I'm just wear this today, but I do want this team to win. What team I'm talking about? Go on our YouTube to find out.
On our YouTube, of course, what you will find is just in our archives, you will find some TNV clips on there. You will also find TNV True North interviews on there. So definitely take a listen to those. Very selective in our interview process. So if we've done an interview, it's very intentional.
Yep.
And it was a great conversation. So please support that. 4 or 5 subscribe to the channel, all that algorithmic stuff, like our videos. Hit the bell for notifications. Ding, ding, ding. What else do they say?
Comment, like, and subscribe. You know, most of our viewers are not subscribed.
Yeah, they say most of our views are not
not-
even subscribers. So imagine how much views we would have if you were all subscribers.
subscribed. There we go.
Listen, it
All
makes
of them.
sense. It
And then
makes
follow
sense.
the link down. Follow our link for our discount.
But how many people watch YouTube that don't have a login?
It's not about login. Just because it's the algorithm. That's pretty much what it's fucked up. Most people just go to their homepage and just click a video from there, and then most people don't actually search for anybody's name anymore.
Yeah, you just click a video, watch it. That was
Yeah.
cool. Exit.
And that's why I mean subscribe, because I don't subscribe to nobody. But I have people that watch every
Subscribe
video.
to us, but subscribe
Oh no,
to us.
sorry, it's too much views, of course.
But subscribe to
But
us.
I mean, like, there's some like people like upload like weekly, and I upload. I watch every single video
Every single-
they do.
and then nope.
But nope, because it comes up on my home screen. Why didn't
It's
you
true.
subscribe to you?
It's
When you
true.
upload, I'll see it anyway.
It's
So,
true. It's in my algorithms. To your
Exactly.
point, right? I get it. But
do fuck it up.
subscribe, make it look good for the numbers. We would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, subscribe, it's
on
important.
our Instagram, of course, we post when the episode comes out. Episodes come out Monday, 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific. So if you're banging on a Sunday in the Pacific, in the West Coast, you're listening to True Views at midnight before you go to bed. Think
Take
about
that
it.
in.
Take advantage of
Take that in.
To our listeners in other time zones, I mean, you do the math.
on the West Coast.
Damn, I always miss. That's not a great time to call. Anyways, outside of that, on our Instagram, of course, again in our timeline, in our archives, again some True North Views TNV clips on there, extended discussions from the respective episode for the week.
Sure.
Again, all the algorithmic stuff on there, we would definitely appreciate. Follow the page, share the episode postings on your story. Like our shit.
All that.
Comment on our shit.
All that.
All of that good stuff would definitely
All that.
appreciate it. And on our Twitter,
Tweet.
of course, what you will find is random likes, random
Likes.
tweets, random retweets,
Retweeting.
hashtag of the day, topic of the day, question of the day, reacting to musical type of posts, reacting with, GIFs or memes or this or that. It's all random shit, but just know that anything you see from the @True North Views Twitter page happens while I was
Back home smoking legal.
Meditating.
meditation. You see teaches us two very important things. Two very important things.
Things.
Teaches us awareness. Teaches us acceptance. Go write that down. Let's start the show. See how you notice how there's no more. I'm not trying to. I'm not. That line is done. Bro.
Guy, I
The
get
line
it.
is done.
If it's not working, you gotta move on. That's it.
Listen,
If it's not working, you gotta move on.
you got to move on. Is there a pre? No, there's no pre.
No,
there's no pre.
There's really nothing much to say.
There's
man.
no pre,
We're still
so let's-
technically on lockdown, just easing up on restrictions supposedly.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Let's go straight into music potpourri. In that case,
Yes, sir.
I have to again remind myself, no fluff. My apologies.
No, there is no fluff. Yeah, said no fluff.
No fluff. No
I probably
fluff.
fluffed more than you have.
Self reminder again. But music potpourri. We're gonna go music potpourri as usual, starting with HBDs in the culture. Oh, who did he pick? Who did Charles pick? Yo, can TNT block the video for this?
No. Oh my god, what's happening?
Oh man, no, right, okay.
All right, HBD's in the culture.
Yes, please.
May 24th, G-Eazy turned 32. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, turned 42. And IDK turned 29.
It's crazy that we have to say who T Mac is just in case.
It's actually
Generations
just
removed.
in case.
Wow, that's insane.
May 25, Roman Reigns turned 36, and Zazie Beetz turned 29. Shout out to Zazie Beetz. May 26, Lenny Kravitz turned 57. The legendary Lauryn Hill turned 46, and Jay Huss turned 25.
25.
I know, right? I thought he was older.
Holy shit! I thought this guy was like a 33 thing.
May 27, Andre 3 Stacks, the legend himself, turned 46.
Jeez.
May 29, Mello Anthony turned 37. And Aaron Magruder turns 47. And on May 30th, Remy Ma turned 40. So HBDs and
Jeez.
to all those people.
That's crazy. And again, as usual, I like to kind of comment on these birthdays. Whatever zodiac this is, kind of strong.
It is.
Kind of strong. Are these Geminis?
I don't know. I have no idea what season we're in.
I think it is
I don't know
Gemini
mine.
season. Because when's Cancer season?
What
Is Gemini season? I don't know.
astrological?
You know when you talk to your phone, you're like, I don't know what to say, and then you just
Ended
like,
it itself.
You end it quick. Yeah, you end it real
Right,
quick.
right.
I think it's Gemini season.
We can find it, but I don't.
It is
I don't-
Gemini season.
Is it?
100%. It is.
Well, shout out to Gemini, yo. Y'all got some
100%.
solid people too.
Yeah, they get a bad rap for being like, you know, two-faced motherfuckers.
It's confidence.
But the thing with Geminis, if I'm not mistaken, I think they have like the strongest star power in that zodiac.
I can see it's
Kanye
confidence.
and them are all Geminis.
Yeah,
bro.
I can see because all these people, it's confidence. I seen them. Lauryn Hill, Lenny Kravitz, Mello.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many people I told Mello, yo, he's washed.
Yeah.
But look at the man. He's in the playoffs. You know, Remy Ma, Roman names,
G-Eazy.
G-Eazy,
Okay.
T-Mac. T-Mac's only 42. I don't know. I thought he was older because you retired early, I guess.
Yeah. Injuries.
Shit.
Melo's only 5 years younger than T-Mac.
Right.
Craziness. Let's move on to something that we called. I don't know I don't remember what we called, but we called something.
It was the Beyonce.
Yes. We
I think
were
it's
asking again, is 2021 a year of big time albums? We obviously said yes, we think so. Then we said, okay, what names do we think were coming out? Cole, we know is out already. Kendrick, we said, yeah.
So. We think.
Chance.
CLB,
No,
we
I'm
know,
joking.
CLB, we know it's just. I said Chance. Yeah, fine. No one's checking for a Chance album anymore, man.
It might be hard. Drake, we thought yes, of course, with as much promo as
We
he's
said we
been
want
doing.
Rihanna, but we don't think she's going to
And
drop.
we said there's gotta be a surprise.
Yep.
There's gotta be some kind of surprise that we don't know who's coming out. And we brought up, of course, the Queen Beyonce herself.
Goat.
At the Billboard Music Awards, I believe this was, her mother, Tina Knowles, said the following.
And, you know, my daughter is busy working on something exciting. As usual, both of my daughters, all three of my daughters are.
Now, what I want to ask you,
Who's the third daughter?
when she initially said my daughter, you knew she was talking about Beyonce.
Yes.
And then when she said my other daughter, you immediately knew Solange.
Of course.
And then you're like, wait, third?
I know who the third one is.
I don't know who the third
Kelly
one is.
Rowland. She's always been with Beyonce since like they were young. So and she's called her daughter. She's called her daughter in interviews before too.
So you can tell her hierarchy.
Oh, no shit. Fuck, who brings in the most money here?
The way that she described it
And
was
who's
like,
my blood
she
after
definitely
that?
has a hierarchy. Let's play that again.
And, you know, my daughter is busy working on something exciting. As usual, both of my daughters, all three of my daughters are. And
Both of my daughters.
No, I mean all three. Yeah, Kelly too.
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah, we called it, man. We called it, and obviously this doesn't confirm anything, but with that Tina Knowles comment, I guess I'll just quickly ask. We don't have to make a real discussion out of this, but
No,
these are numbers, man. Listen, no, he sucks. That guy sucks,
30?
man. It's,
How many minutes are you playing? I gotta know. Like, if that's in like,
and he's a ball handler too.
if that's in 15 minutes, I don't mind it. If that's like in 27 minutes, you kind of shit. Not even gonna lie.
Not bad still. You think this means Beyonce's actually coming out this year, or do you think this alludes to anything?
I think Beyonce's coming out this year.
I think so too.
Drop it.
December release. Book it. Beyonce Christmas album. Book it.
Yo,
Book
that
it.
would be fire. Not
Wild
gonna lie.
prediction. Beyonce Christmas album to take over the Mariah Christmas album.
Speaking of wild predictions.
Speaking of bold predictions, that was a great little segue there. And speaking of albums, is J-Lo dropping an album? Because I'm really confused by this, right? So, I mean, I'm sure you've all know what's kind of going on. J-Lo was, for a while, probably for like a week in Twitter time, was with Ben Affleck again. Right? And everyone's like, oh shit, like
They hook
her
up.
and Ben Affleck might
Getting
be
back
getting
to-
back together. It's kind of cool. Da 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 da. Want that old thing back. Da 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 da. And then like 4 days ago, I saw a post that said Ben Affleck appears to be wearing a watch that Jennifer gifted him in 2002. So he's pictured modern day wearing a watch from way back in the day,
First of all,
2002.
If you have eyes for that shit, shout out to you.
So I must be thinking this guy's down bad if you kept a watch since 02, unless it's like really valuable.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure she's not giving him no like.
Timex.
She did right. Like these watches they're giving, even if they weren't dating. Like if you're that rich, you're not giving out a
True.
a Casio watch.
True. No, you're right. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, they are back together again. The man's
That's a
rocking the
good
old
sign,
watch.
like-
Let's go, man. Okay. Get yours, Batman. Do your thing. And then we saw Diddy post. And I don't know if you saw Diddy post, but
he was chilling with
Diddy's a
J-Lo?
wild boy.
Oh my god.
Diddy just simply posted on Instagram, Throwback Thursday. And then you can see the picture that he posted.
I'll check so you don't have to leave it over. Don't worry.
you'll obviously you'll understand from the actual tweet, but if you click the link itself, it'll show the full picture.
Holding. Oh, okay.
So he just posts Throwback Thursday, and posts himself holding Jennifer Lopez's hand.
Yo, that's a sign of if I want her, I can get her.
So that's what I was thinking, right? Like, okay,
as a guy, that's what I think.
man's being petty. Okay, I mean, everyone, the Twitterverse was very angry about this, but
it is a petty move. It's a if I want her, I can get her type of move.
King Petty.
It's
okay.
like she's not yours, she's mine type of move. You know, it's one of those moves. You don't do that.
And then this one wasn't as salacious, but then Jennifer Lopez was also pictured hanging out with Mark Anthony. Now the reason why that one's not as salacious is because they do have kids together, so obviously
They got to be in communication.
we know they're in each other's lives. But since J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez have broken up, obviously this little single run that she's doing leads me to asking, is this a rollout? Like, just a quick prediction question. Is this a Jennifer Lopez rollout, or is this just a weird coincidence?
No, you could be on. I don't think it's a rollout. Maybe she's getting permission. Maybe she's like, yo, maybe you inspired this song. Listen to this song, Ben Affleck. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. Like, no, to go with your rollout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's like maybe hooking up with Mark Anthony. Definitely not. Definitely not.
And that's the thing. We'll use Ben Affleck and Diddy as examples.
I don't think she's hooking up. I think maybe she went to them for something. Maybe she is dropping something. She went to them
and
for
it's
something.
produced by Diddy. And
Exactly.
there's a monologue by Ben Affleck in another record.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe she has a song about Ben Affleck. Maybe there's a line that only him would know. So she plays like.
Maybe it's called X's, and
So
it's like, he wore my bracelet from O2.
Oh, and speaking of that watch, you.
I mean, it sounds like an early 2000s
You
R&B
did.
record.
She's not gonna write a song like
You
that.
wearing my watch from O2.
She's definitely not making a song like
And
that.
I'm like, what am I gonna do?
You know what? I'm done with this. Is she dropping an album? I actually think she is, but
I think this is a roll-up.
I don't think she's like.
I actually think this is officially a roll-up.
Yes, I think Diddy's helping her with the X thing. It's almost like
Yeah, like
put my
he's-
name out there. Put my
He's
name out
pumping
there.
it up. Like, why would he
Exactly.
throw back Thursday them holding
Ben
hands?
Affleck, they probably called the media together. Like, yo, get us. I just broke up with my ex. You know, maybe I'm almost ready to drop.
Hey, Ben.
Ben, let's be seen in the media together. So
Or Ben
it
called her,
sparks.
hey, Jen, I got that. I still got that watch. I just found it, yo. And then she's like, oh, yeah, can you post it?
I didn't see you going there. To the point, I wish like, yo, come over or something. I was like, yo, post it.
Can you post
I'm
it?
dead.
Yo,
I like
listen.
it. Hey.
And then, she got in touch with Diddy because Diddy's producing a record.
And
It makes
Diddy has
sense.
the fans.
It makes
Diddy
sense.
can, push it out there.
I
And
think
Mark
that-
Anthony's just, coincidence.
Coincidence.
She's
That's just.
the-
I
she's
think
the
that
daddy.
one is literally just coincidence.
She's the father of my kids. Like, we might see each other from time to time. We might not just talk on the phone. So.
Yeah, I think that.
And they
one
don't
is-
look like they're like Mark Anthony looks like he just went for a
just chilling.
jog.
He's just like, yeah. I mean,
They're mad far
know.
from each other. Not even trying to be like
Lil
cute or
Timmy's
nothing.
doing all right.
Yeah.
Let's move on though.
Yeah, let's go.
J-Lo's definitely dropping an album, and it's coming out in August.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
I want to move on to another topic here. I saw a tweet from Complex, and it wasn't really the topic that got me. It was more so the response.
Reactions. Yeah.
And sorry, not Complex. Rap Caviar. My apologies. Rap
love
Caviar
this.
posted on May 27th. Drizzy, K-Dot, Cole, and question mark. Who takes the 4th spot on the Mount Rushmore of the 2010s? Obviously, with J. Cole recently coming out with music, he's talking about how he's cemented as one of the GOATs.
I think he
Of
is.
course, Drake just won the Billboard Music Award for Artist of the Decade.
I know I'm going to interrupt you just because it's funny.
Yo, come on.
Yo,
they're
the
lying.
comments are killing me. Sorry.
I mean, I kind of get why the new age would feel that way
But
because
this is
music
not-
from 2016 is.
But this is not the
legitimate.
same. This is not the same Mount Rushmore. This is like a separate mountain.
Yeah.
Some of these guys go on a separate mountain.
And then again, Cole, Drake winning Artist of the Decade.
Yep.
And then Kendrick obviously goes without saying, for a lot of reasons. And then again, Rap Caviar is like, who is that 4th person? Now, not even really to have a convo about it. LeBron James responded. We know LeBron James, A&R King. He said Future Hendrix is number 4 on that list. Now, before we get into reaction and responses, Nicki Minaj retweeted RT comment
She
LeBron James, and she said the following. This is how you know she's a great writer. I never thought I'd get the opportunity to give you the alley-oop, but you almost had it. It's NICKI
Mirage.
MINJ! Exclamation, 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 exclamation. Obviously, she's saying she is the fourth person on that list.
Shout out to Nicki because it sounded like she's joking. You know, I know some are gonna warn Rod with that. They go, Nicki's so better. I'm like, yo, I sound like she was just having fun with it. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like,
I never
yeah,
thought
you-
I had the opportunity to give you an alley-oop, but you almost had it.
Oh, you just spelled that name wrong.
It's NICKI. How did she spell her shit? Anyways.
You know it's gonna be on her album. LeBron is the best in the world.
And LeBron say or whatever.
What's your question? Where you going?
Reaction response. Do you have a fourth? Do you know a fourth?
I'll put Nicki as a fourth, to be honest.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at people for saying Future as well.
I'm not mad at that either.
So it's just one of those.
Are you mad at? And again, we don't have to have extended convo about this. Are you mad at the younger generation? That's why I looked at and that's why I reacted to that. Are you mad at the younger generation put in somebody who was dominant from 14 up, from 16
Yes.
up? And I bring up names such as Young Thug. I bring up names such as fucking Travis Scott. Young Boy to a lot of people has been out for 4 or 5 years now. Do we give credit? Like,
Nah,
what makes you an artist of the decade? Is it how you, like, did you start the decade in MVP caliber already? Or did you become MVP caliber towards the final years of that decade? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I see what you're saying.
I get it's one of those where I get both sides,
And that's
I'm on the biased early side.
Me too.
But
I think because coming in late, you're going into the 2020s as your run. Like right now, if you tell me Young Boy, Uzi, Travis is your Mount Rushmore for right now, going into 20, I'll be, yo, that's you.
But now I guess
But you can't tell me
some
who-
guys run into an unfortunate overlap because now if you're a thug who is undeniably influential at the very least, and you can't put him in 2010 because 3 of those slots are 100% taken.
That's true.
And you probably can't put him in 2020s because
man.
not to say he's past his prime, but he's not.
Let me put it this way: your prime should have ran longer. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I'm sorry if
You're fair. That's fair.
if your prime's only 5 years and the 5 years was not enough to, you know, if you could have run that, 12 years, because any money Drake might get artist of the decade for 2020s. I wouldn't be
That's
surprised.
funny. I don't think he will.
He won't, but
That's
Drake
crazy.
will have a run into the 2020s,
Yeah.
guaranteed. Like 2025, we're like, yo, that Drake album that came out 2 years ago still slaps.
I think Cole low-key set a 10-year plan.
yeah, Cole's going to run into the 2020s.
Because
Kendrick's
he
going to run into the
posted
2020s.
like way back in the day, not way back, sorry, like last year or something. He posted,
back in the day.
he posted the fall off, It's a Boy, something,
No.
and then the whatever,
Off-season or
the
whatever?
final name. Sorry, off season,
Oh, It's a Boy.
It's a Boy,
Like name of the album.
some third thing, and then the fall off.
Yeah, it could
And the
be.
fall off is his exit.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, 4 pieces of music.
Yeah.
He can make this off-season stretch till early 23.
Easy.
And then come
Drake
It's a
doesn't-
Boy.
Drake.
'Cause
Yeah.
remember, he has a son now, apparently.
Yeah.
2023, It's
part
a
of our-
Boy comes
part of
out.
our family life.
And then that quick little thing comes out 2025. And then the fall off finally comes 2028.
And he retires.
That's a decade,
Yeah.
right? So
Again, these
I
guys
agree
are-
with that. That's a good point. You got to have a longer run.
And a lot of things
Sorry.
like a lot of these guys are coming in young. I'm not giving a 17-year-old artist of the decade yet. You've not done anything at 17. First of all, let me again hold your run. There's a reason why, like you said, some people you have a beginning and then they fall off. You didn't hold your run. Hold your run. There's a reason why Drake, Kendrick, because no matter what Kendrick drops, everyone's gonna listen. It's Kendrick. I don't know.
I'm not mad at that. That's sick. Okay, let's move on though.
I'll give it to Nicki.
It was a really good convo.
I like it.
Yeah, we could have went real in depth on there, but we got a lot of shit to talk about. Versus
Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow, 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 wow,
Soulja Boy
yippee yo,
versus
yippee yay.
Bow Wow.
Who you
Hey,
giving
go.
it to? Off the top, who you giving it to?
I got more record than Soulja Boy. Where is that thing?
Stop playing with me.
You better stop, OG.
Oh, not that one.
That's the wrong one. He's not playing.
What, didn't we have one to say? How you got more records than Soulja Boy?
Oh yeah, some yeah. Like,
We deleted it. We didn't
Oh,
need it.
damn.
We didn't need
who
it.
thought we
Stop
would need
playing
it?
with me. Stop playing with me.
I think Bow Wow wins. I do. I really do.
I think Soulja Boy wins.
But I think Soulja has a crazy 11.
I think he has a recency bias, Soulja Boy. That's why he'll win. The new crowd knows Soulja
But
Boy's music a lot.
Bow Wow
more.
has the woman bias.
He does.
And that's
And
a
that he
powerful
does.
bias to have.
That's very.
Right?
That's
Because
very
he
true.
has those records and he has range. Soulja Boy is gonna play a bunch of like what Manny Fresh was doing. Don't get me wrong, hard as fuck. But every record was in the same tune, whereas Scott Storch was coming like
Yeah, I get what you're
across
saying,
the
though.
room.
I
So
get what you're
Bow Wow's
saying.
gonna be hitting them with flurries across the room.
And he's just gonna come with
and
jab.
he's one
jab,
track for
jab,
the most part.
Jab. I get what you're saying.
Don't
It's
get
just
me
like
wrong,
left
he has a
right
kiss me
hook,
through the
left
phone,
hook,
yeah,
right
but-
hook, and it could knock you out if it hits you right. But
Like
when
the
the man's
Kiss Me
coming
Through the
after
phone
you,
is not Let Me Hold You.
It's not.
Is that the Sierra record or is that the Omarion record? That's the Omarion record. Like he don't have the Omarion run. He don't have the Sierra run. He don't
doesn't.
have the early Bow Wow run.
doesn't.
He don't have the Fresh as I'm Is type of records that are
doesn't.
street certified, quote unquote.
and that's what I'm
right?
saying. It's when Bow Wow goes into his bag is when you're like, yo, Bow Wow had hits.
Yeah,
Like, there's a reason why Shad Moss's name is still in
Mr.
the
106, end of the day, right? So he has even that to his name. Soulja Boy has a very early wave technology wave to his credit, but I think Mr. 106 carries more weight. But at the same time, I don't think Bow Wow smokes him.
Oh no, I don't think it's a smoke show.
I think it's a
What's out
a
of 10, right?
13-7.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
nice.
it's
I was gonna give it like what 13-7, 12-8.
I don't think so.
I think it's a
I
12-8.
think for as big as I think Soulja Boy has like 12 like smashes. Right.
I think it depends on when he
and
plays
that's just
the songs,
freestyling.
too.
I'm not saying I'm actually counting records. I don't actually know off the top of my head.
Me neither.
But I think some of those smashes get beat.
That's the thing.
So I don't think he wins all 12 of those.
But
I think
I
he
think-
technically wins half of those.
But I think some of the Bow Wow
Just six,
records
and then
depends on when he plays it.
Yeah.
Because if Crank That comes on after, not Crank That's the part is like his home run. But like if he plays like one of a weak song after a quote unquote weak Bow Wow song and he gets a win off that, that's
If Bow Wow
the
throws away around and then he takes it with a medium
medium
record, let's say.
song. But who knows?
Okay. I mean, interesting.
This is actually the first verses I'm actually interested in to see.
Yeah, they kind of like Versus technically didn't announce it, but I think they did. But
Yeah, and they've been talking about it too. Or they were on a live together talking about it. Like,
yeah,
and,
no,
and don't they have a song together? I wonder if they can play the song together. Marco Polo.
that would be track 20. That'd be so garbage. That should be a mid
No, that should be like
halftime record.
yeah.
We got 3 minutes left in the first period. 2 to 3 minutes, 2.5, let's say. So we're gonna start. Did I say first period? Did I say third?
You said something.
First period. If I didn't say that already. So we're gonna start introducing the next topic, which is 2021 BET Awards,
Yep.
and then I'll tell you when to cut.
All right, 2021 BET Awards. Megan Thee Stallion and the Baby lead with 7. So I'm just gonna run around I'm just gonna say the categories and the nominees, and you can just give me who you think should win.
Okay.
With no in-depth talk necessarily about these. I'm
Are
gonna
you
go
starting
through
top down or bottom up?
bottom up. I'm only starting from best male hip hop artist. That's after the pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go up. So best male hip hop artist: The Baby, Drake, J. Cole, Jack Harlow, Lil Baby, Pop Smoke,
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Best female hip hop artist: Cardi Baby. Wow.
Cardi Baby.
Cardi B, Coil Ray, Doja Cat, Meg Thee Stallion, Lotto, Saweetie.
Now I want to take a minute here to be upset at the fact that they didn't show Flo Milli any love.
I think
on
she gets nominated somewhere else as
They
best
didn't
female.
show Flo Milli. At the end of the day, she came out with a damn near no skip. Whether it's your flavor or not, that shit was no skips. I'm not even saying I loved it, but I'm just saying that shit was no skips.
Honestly, if they gotta give
and you got Coil Ray
that's
out.
how that's how I'm
waiting all my life.
I was gonna say nah. So I see why she's not there about like Coil Ray. Is Coil Ray's there,
Coil Ray been popping for a month and a half.
and only because they're pushing the fuck out of her too.
And Flo Milli came out with a solid thing in 2020.
Yeah, I get your
they're
anger.
hating.
So who we giving this to Coil Ray?
No, I'm gonna give this to the very obvious choice. Well, there is no obvious choice.
There is no obvious choice.
Wait, no, Cardi B didn't come up with an album.
She didn't come out with an
Meg.
album.
It's Meg.
Yeah, she came out with
Yeah,
an
it's
album.
Meg. One
we
more,
have
and then
time?
we'll go to
Best group: 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, Chloe Haley, Young Thug, Chris Brown, City Girls, Migos, Silk Sonic. I know who you're going with.
now. If they're smart, let's end the first period there.
We'll be back.
End of the first period. Let's get the second period going very shortly. Second period commencing. Okay, so I was saying if they're smart, but first of all, before I even get there, Chris Brown and Young Thug is not a group. They need to stop trying to push this. That's not a group.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's like, remove that.
They just came out with a collab album. That was a
City Girls are not winning.
no. I'm sorry.
They don't have that buzz no more. They're actually losing a lot of
They're
steam.
losing a lot of steam because same shit,
and it
different
has
day.
to do with the men that they're with.
Uzi and who's JC?
don't even know,
Who's
but-
low whatever one?
Uzi's hurting their stock right now,
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
which is crazy.
You think Uzi will boost? I thought she was with Uzi to even boost her stock
Yo,
too.
on Twitter, I'm looking at everyone comment saying,
She could
this
do
is not
better?
City Girls. Yo, they're down bad now. They're da da da.
Can't
da,
lie.
I'm
I get-
like,
I-
yo, it's
No,
hurting their stock.
pause, but I get what they're saying. Still,
Yo,
like
listen.
you can't be like, yo, I'm a
Man.
bad boy, then you with Uzi, no, with a diamond on his head.
Back to what I was saying. 21 and Metro, very underrated group.
Very, very underrated.
They're great.
Of
I love
course.
them. But obviously they're not gonna win.
Chloe Haley might win.
The obvious one would be Silk, but I don't think that's the obvious one. I think the obvious one is like you just
I think
said,
Silk is too new,
Chloe and Holly. You gotta give them the award.
and Silk is too new. I'm not giving you after one song, even though
Chloe
it's
and
fire.
Holly is what her is to the Grammys is what Chloe and Holly could be to BET.
and they are going to do it. If they
And
can
I
get
think
that,
they're gonna
they
do
can
that.
get that Beyonce crowd.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, I think they're gonna do that. So I'm gonna go Chloe and Holly on that.
Fair enough. Same. Best new artist. Coi Leray, Flo Milli, Giveon, Jack Harlow, Lotto, Pooh Shiesty.
They might give it to Pooh, but I would say Giveon.
I'll say Giveon as well. Best male R&B/pop artist. Six Slack, Anderson .Paak, Chris Brown, Giveon, Tank, The Weeknd.
If they're smart, they go Weekend.
They should honestly. Fuck the
Especially that it's
Grammys.
R&B pop.
And with the fuck the Grammys thing, give The Weeknd all the awards.
Yeah.
Best female R&B/pop artist. Her, Beyonce, Jasmine Sullivan, Janae Aiko, Summer
I have a
Walker,
question.
and SZA.
Didn't this shit happen already?
Did it?
It may have, because I feel like I saw a video from Janae Aiko on Instagram.
Nah, this article came out.
Or was she thanking it for the
She's
nomination?
right thanking for nominations. Next month's ceremony, no.
Oh, okay. She was thanking for that. I was about to say,
I'm like, yo, I would have, what? Okay.
I'm going to say you can't go SZA, you can't go Summer.
I can't go if you didn't come out with an
Her
album.
is always a threat, man.
Except Beyonce, because she's
Her
Beyonce.
is always a threat. Beyonce, if they're smart, especially if she's there.
Chloe Haley.
But I think Jasmine Sullivan's actually the most deserving.
Fair enough, no, I agree with you.
And I think Janae Aiko's always a dark horse pick.
I was going to say Janae Aiko's my, just...
I think for any award, Janae Aiko is a dark horse pick. But I would give that to Jasmine Sullivan, to be honest.
Okay. Best collaboration. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion for WAP. Betty Wap, Roddy Ricch for Rockstar. DJ Khaled Drake for Popstar. Jack Harlow, The Baby. Tory Lanez, Lil Wayne for What's Poppin' Remix. Meg Thee Stallion, The Baby for Cry Baby. Pop Smoke, Lil Baby, The Baby for the Night.
So what you mean to tell me is that the Baby has a 70% chance of winning.
With how many songs he has?
4
on
out
this?
of 6 at 66%.
One,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yo.
If the Baby don't walk away with an award, it's terrible.
So
Pop
wait, when they
Smoke-
said he has 7 nominations, does this mean 4 of them is right here?
Fuck, good point. That would suck.
And that's not some nomination.
That's
That's not
a
something to be
pump
proud
fake.
of, right? I mean, the first half, when they got me the first
Half
half.
of my noms are wiped out in one award. Holy shit, that's a pump fake. Pop Smoke is always a threat. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
I don't think Meg the Baby's getting that at all.
I don't think Meg the Baby's getting it.
Take that out.
I don't think WAP's getting it. It lost so much steam.
I also don't think Popstar's getting that shit, bro.
I don't think
But
Popstar's getting it.
BT loves Khaled.
Rockstar, though. They even had a performance of Rockstar last year on the show.
That's nuts. You can't give it to Rockstar, bro.
They had a performance of the... I'm pretty sure it was the BT Awards. Or it was some BT Award. They had
That
a
song
performance.
came out in like 2018, bro.
I know, right? The song's been out. It came out. I was bumping it last summer. I remember.
Yo, facts. This is actually very tough. I would say,
I'll give it. You won't give it to Popstar. I'll give it to Popstar. Just because they DJ Khaled, Drake.
yeah, Khaled. I think Khaled carries a lot of value there. I'll give it to Popstar. I agree. Popstar.
I think they'll do something special for Pop Smoke and people that passed away
Yeah.
if they didn't last year. All right, now the final one, album of the year. The Weeknd for After Hours, Baby for Blame It on Baby, Meg Thee Stallion for Good News, Jasmine Sullivan for Hotels, Nas for King's Disease, and Chloe Haley for Ungodly Hour. That's a hard
This is a
category.
great category.
I was like, if
Wow.
they're smart, they'll go with. I'm like, yo, if they're smart, they'll go with like 3 people
Wow,
here.
I don't think Weekend is a smart decision in
It's
this
not
one.
in this one. I think
Blame It on
can't-
Baby has no chance.
no. Meg Thee Stallion, I don't think has a chance.
Meg has
either.
no chance.
I think it's between Jasmine and Nas, to be honest. I think Chloe Haley is
But
just.
again,
No.
maybe Chloe and Haley is like
We can't give you
Julius
album.
Randle winning MIP and not MVP.
That's exactly what I mean. It's like.
yeah.
You guys are in the category, in the room with people, but like you're not really.
We can't
gonna
give
win.
it to you yet.
Like, we have Jasmine Song.
King's Disease
And
has
King's
a real shot at winning that.
Because King's Disease was like, everyone was like, yo, this was Nas's comeback to like music, not the Kanye shit
And then
stuff.
Hotels is so good. But I don't think Hotels would be recognized the way it needs to.
And that's why I think the way with the King's Disease, because Nas, the name.
Yeah.
You gotta get someone with the name. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
let's go
they either give
Nas.
it to The Weeknd because of the name and the fuck the Grammys whole thing. So if they're smart, they'll give The Weeknd all the awards and say fuck the Grammys, right? Here's more awards. Here's all the awards for The Weeknd. Fuck the Grammys. And perform on our show.
Thank you, BT, for doing the right thing and nominating.
It's so funny how he doesn't have a Toronto accent. Or he's been putting on the show, but yeah, let's get off this guy. I feel like we've been on it for a while.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
But that was a good one. I liked it.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
We'll find out the winners next month, and we won't forget who we said we're gonna win.
Facts. We got a couple of shout outs that we're going to get to. Shout motherfucking outs. First shout out is in order to Naomi Osaka.
Jeez.
For some reason, when I saw N, I felt like saying Nicki Minaj.
Nicki.
Fuck. Naomi Osaka earned a record
Don't tell me.
$55.2 million in total earnings in the last 12 months.
Can I hold one?
And that's more than any female athlete in history. So we're going to applaud that first.
Saying I can just hold one of those, just a 0.1% of that.
Let me see if I can find... She actually lands as well number 15 on... this is from Sportico, but I guess it must be official enough. From Sportico's ranking of the world's 100 highest paid athletes, Naomi is number 15, which is a huge deal there. Considering how many male soccer stars there are and male basketball stars, and you know what I'm saying, male boxers, and come on. I wanted to see.
Cordae needs a bar, yo. My girl makes more money than me, and I play around that.
Facts.
Like when Big Sean made that, yo, my girl's on Glee and she makes more than me. I was like, yo, everyone was like, yo, that was a hard line because I was like, yo, I own that shit and she's still my girl.
Hard line.
Who cares? Like I like
Hard
that
line.
shit, yo. Who cares if your girl hype your girl up for making more than you?
Facts. I thought they showed the list of women, but I can't find that. So again, just shout out to Naomi for breaking the record on that and for being number 15 on the top 100. But as a side shout out to her in some ways, the French Open, which of course is one of the major tennis events of the year. French Open, Australian Open, US
Wimbledon.
Open, and Wimbledon.
Isn't there
or
5 or is it only 4?
like the British Open, basically. No,
there 4 or
the fifth one unofficially. They do it at the end of the year now. It's called the
Rogers
ATP
Cup?
Finals.
I'm
But Rogers Cup is a major event. They do ATP Finals, and ATP Finals is only the top 8 ranked players in the world get invited. And the prize money is actually bigger than major money.
No, it makes sense.
I kind of don't like it because you're taking away from what the majors are. But it's also very modern day.
It's like UEFA and soccer. It's like
Agreed.
the best of the best going to the tournament with the best. I'm
you're
sorry,
right.
but if you want to be in that tournament, yo, step your game up.
But
Which
you
is
can
what it
win
is.
3 majors that year and not be in the ATP Finals.
Step your game up. We just talked about it, yo. Keep your prime longer.
But yeah, no, she commented on the French Open because the French Open is coming up, and she said, "Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm writing this to say I'm not going to be doing press during the Roland Garros French Open. I've often felt that people have no regard for athletes' mental health, and this rings very true whenever I see a press conference or partake in one. We're often sat there and asked questions that we've been asked multiple times before, or asked questions that bring about doubt into our minds, and I'm just not going to subject myself to people that doubt me. I've watched many clips of athletes breaking down after a loss in the press room, and I know you have as well. I believe that whole situation is kicking a person while they're down, and I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Me not doing press is nothing personal to the tournament, and I have and a couple of journalists have interviewed me since I was young, so I have a friendly relationship with most of them. However, if the organizations think that they can just keep saying do press or you're gonna get fined, continue to ignore the mental health of the athletes that are in the centerpiece of their cooperation, then I just gotta laugh. Anyways, I hope that the considerable amount that I get fined for this will go towards a mental health charity. XOXO peace sign love sign. I feel like I'm on the circle. XOXO peace sign love sign signed Naomi Osaka. A little side shout out to her for speaking her truth.
I have a little something to say about it. Like, I actually agree with her because I think sometimes, like, I know you have to get the story and you want the headline, but like some like journalists or some like it's just like yo really like
They're really bad.
Like, come on, like that's why Russell Westbrook sometimes with his reaction, I'm like, it's well deserved,
Really, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
I think once someone asked an interview, like, did you guys lose the game or did you guys lose
That's
the game
my
or did they win?
favorite Russ reaction of all time. He's like, what? And then he's like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? He said bro twice. Like, bro, what are you talking about, bro?
And I'm like, yo, for real, like, what do you mean? Like, did you win the game or did you lose the game or did they win? I'm like, yo, and ask real questions. Like, if I was ever famous, I would say I would never go to anyone like,
Russ.
how does it feel to be like, you know how it feels to lose, you know how it feels to win. Like, don't ask me how does it feel to lose a game. Like, how does it feel when you lost a game when you played sports? Like,
Russ,
like,
did you guys lose that game or did they go out there and win the game? And he's like, what? Bro, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I get her, real fan. I'm just here so I don't get fined, and that's why Marshall Lynch didn't want
I'm
to
just
do
here
interview.
so I don't get fined, literally.
It's just because they ask stupid questions. If you have real questions, you get, and you know what? Her close people, the people that do ask real questions, are getting the exclusives with her now.
Yeah, facts.
Now you're paying money for that, so.
But again, another mini
that.
shout out to Naomi for just speaking that and speaking facts on that and saying, fuck it, I would just pay the fine. And putting
I make 55 mil a year.
and putting the heat on them to say, yo, y'all better donate that at least. So now there's pressure there. Next shout out is in order to Zendaya.
Jeez, what did she do? What does other queen do?
Zendaya. Oh, the tweet is unavailable. Damn it.
Oh, damn.
Hold on. Let me find that real quick. Zendaya. And then you just go on Google and then you just click news.
Because it'll be whatever she tweeted that got deleted.
Yeah. So the headline reads, I guess this is now another way to introduce it. The headline reads, Malcom and Marie, how Zendaya helped the crew earn $300,000 each
Yo, how?
from the Netflix movie.
Yo, how?
So how did Zendaya do that?
I
Again,
wanna join
the
the
tweet
crew.
was so much easier. But I mean, I'll just kind of riff off the top then. Actually, no, hold on.
Do you remember the tweet?
I'll just start riffing off the head. So basically what she did was the crew, I don't know to what extent of the crew, but let's just say the crew in general. She said from my split, the crew is getting 1% equity. Something like that, right? And as a result, as the movie generates more money, so does the
she's
crew.
making more.
So now to this point, the crew has earned, because of her alone, they probably got paid what they got paid, but because of her alone,
They got 300.
granting them equity, maybe at least to her portion.
Of
Again,
course.
I'm kind of freestyling
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. They have earned
Yeah, makes
$300,000
sense.
each as a result.
Oh,
So I'm like, God damn, that's
That's-
sick. That's
Minus
applaud
that,
first.
imagine. Yeah, applaud that first. Yes.
That's crazy.
Now imagine how much Zendaya's taking home.
That-
If mans are
that's what
eating,
sounds
if,
like.
if how many mans are eating 300,000 off 1%? How much is that 99%?
And I think maybe the part I got wrong there is I don't think it's of her cut. I think she negotiated that to have me on this.
They make 1%
The
of the
crew
movie.
must make something like that.
And she probably did the workaround because there is a workaround around that. Is they said Harry Potter's the one that started that because the cast members wanted percentages and said okay. So what they did is create a separate company, and then now
crazy.
that company stops making money eventually when the production is done, and another company makes money. So now the movie technically doesn't make any more. That's some fucked up shit.
That's craziness.
But like yo, the industry works some messed up ways to
Two quick
flip ways.
follow-up questions. Do you think more people should do this?
Yes.
Would you do this?
Well, yeah. No. I'll tell you why I hesitated. Because I forgot it's not 1% of her money. I thought it was 1% of her money.
No, I think
But
it's...
then now
again,
if
I
it's
wish
off
I
the
had
movie.
the tweet.
But if it's off the movie, for sure. If it's off my money, let me talk to my accountant first, okay? And then we got how many mouths we're feeding.
Oh,
but
man. That's
yes,
funny.
everyone should do this.
That's funny. Yeah, I would do it to the extent that Zendaya did it. And I do think more people should do it as well. Let's
And
move
she's
on
probably
to
not the first person to do it, to be honest.
don't think
She
so.
probably learned it from someone else.
Well, that's a dope move, man. Off of Malcom and Marie. Not like that movie was fire.
I still haven't watched it.
New music. Let's get into some new music as usual. Shout out to our guy Alex at Ball Till We Fall on Twitter, aka Alex from the Need to Know podcast, aka Screen Man from the
Man.
Joe Budden podcast.
Who?
Of course, every Friday he puts out a new music thread on Twitter, line by line, album by album, single by single, EP by EP, remix by remix, etc. etc. It's multi-tweeted. Yeah, go check that shit out, because that's what I use to know what's out. That's what I use to know what to listen to. So let's actually get into what came out, and then we'll review what we listened to. In terms of what's come out, gotta start with DMX, Exodus.
R.I.P.
Of course, that's an album, rest in peace. A few names on there, and we will get into all the names on there, but a few names on there: Jay-Z, Nas, Lil Wayne, a lot more beyond that. Eminem, Jack Harlow, and Cordae came out with a record called Killer the Remix. Blast and Bino Rideau came out with a record called Single. Oh, sorry, Jesus Christ.
Yo, yeah.
Came out with a record called Movie. Holy, what's wrong with me?
I feel you though. I feel you.
Man, PnB Rock, Swae Lee, and Pink Sweats came out with Forever Never. That's a single.
Ever.
Culture Jam.
Culture Jam.
That's the Kawhi record, if you recall, featuring NBA YoungBoy and Rod Wave.
The Kawhi record.
That one's called Everything Different. Ransom and Royce the 5'9" came out with Greed. Russ and your guy Rex Life Raj came out with Private. Earth Gang, your girl Coyle Ray, and Wale came out with the Options remix.
Definitely not my girl.
Juice WRLD, Goodbye and Good Riddance, but the anniversary edition, which adds 2 new songs.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Jeezy featuring The Baby came out with Get Fly. That's a single. That's all I really cares about.
Bun B, Corey Mo, Big Crit, Raheem Devon, Trade of Truth. That's a lot of names. On the record called The World, that's a single. Tiana Major came out with Silly Games, that's a single. Blueface and Cowboy came out with Patience. Apparently Blueface is rapping on beat there.
Blueface, yeah.
Yeah. Erica Banks, Dream Doll, and Beat King came out with Toot That.
Did you say Rex Life Rash came out with an Untitled EP?
No.
Or
not
an
yet.
EP called Untitled? I don't know which one it is. But
Speaking of EP, Wi-Fi's Funeral, Smoking Mirrors, that's an EP as well. And 88 Glam came out with Heaven Can Wait, that's an EP as well. I know Mereba came out with an EP called like Azeb, if I'm not mistaken.
Jazz Cartier, shout out to Toronto, came out with a single featuring Buddy, 2 of them. I think that song's hard. I like it.
And then speaking of Canadians, Mustafa, formerly known as Mustafa the Poet, he came out with When Smoke Rises. That's an album, kind of like an EP though. It's pretty short.
Killy came out with it's called an album, but everything's called an album now. It's more of a mixtape because it's a mixtape series. Kill Streak 2, that was a mixtape or an album, whichever one you want to call it.
Okay. We got 12 minutes left in the second period.
Oh, we can bang out a lot.
We could definitely bang out a lot. I'm going to start with Mereba.
Okay, you start with that, then I'll go into Killy after.
Mereba, Azeb,
Or
Azeb,
Juice
I don't know how to pronounce that. A-Z-E-B. That's an EP. That one is, I believe, 7 songs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just look that up while I speak. What the hell is that shit? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 7 songs, 21 minutes. So relatively short. Track 2 was her single. That one's called Rider. Track 1's pretty solid. Track 6 is probably my favorite record on there. Track 1 is called A. Track 6 is called Gold, but like G-O-D with the L in brackets. I don't know, but
Gold.
Yeah,
God's
maybe.
not gold, gold's gold.
Something. Remember back in the day those puzzles, like underbridge or water overboard. Remember? I love those. I love
know
those.
what you're talking about.
Those are some of my favorite things ever, man. Water overboard. That's water overboard.
Water overboard.
I don't really have commentary on this per se, but I was looking at albumoftheyear.org.
That's one of my favorite websites. After I listen to the album, I always go there just to see what people think.
Yeah, to see like their Metacritic type of scores. And some of the user reviews I kind of agree with.
That's why I go there for the user. I don't
Yeah.
care about because man, blogs are paid.
Yeah, they
I can tell you,
they love
I
their
can tell you
certain
blogs
artists.
that are paid.
They love their certain
I'll
artists.
look on album of the year, and it'll be like artists or whatever, like blog posts like 8 out of 10,
Trust
and
me.
like users will be like
reviews,
4 out of
garbage.
10. It's garbage. I'm like,
Like
yeah, no
Dilate.
shit. Like Dilate is pretty good actually.
some of
Album of the year.
Some of the user reviews say the following, and again, Mereba, singer-songwriter, she kind of has that softer voice and tone about her. She kind of, plays in kind of like the folk music lane at certain times.
I actually like her.
She has a rapping component to her as well. She's adjacent to like Dreamville, but more so she's adjacent to. Actually, technically, she was in Spillage Village.
Is she LVRN?
LVRN.
She's
no,
LVRN?
I don't think. No, I think she's maybe adjacent to them as well because Black, right?
6 Lack.
And Black is in Spillage Village, so it's like
It's just one of those big
mosh pit. She's from Atlanta, like that type thing. So she's pretty connected from that perspective. Some of the user reviews say the following: there isn't anything too crazy about this EP, but I really enjoy the overall peaceful and comforting sound that Mereba lays out on this project. I don't think that this had the same impact as her 2019 release did, but it's still a pleasant little project. Another comment said, I'm a big fan of this gorgeous woman. Now, I agree with that. She left me speechless. The only celebrity that has left me speechless in person. And then they quote the 2019 project. The Jungle is the Only Way Out is one of my favorite albums. Room for Living is one of my favorite lullabies. Okay, but this EP is much more subtle than the releases mentioned above. Even though it's an almost unimpressive and filled with leftovers, it perfectly complements her small discography. Rider is still the best song on there and one of the best songs of the year. Another couple quick comments. Azeb is full of lush melodies and chill instrumentals. Very lovely EP showing off her gorgeous vocals and passion. When she makes an LP, it's going to be big. And then one negative comment said, dull and monotonous. Production was mediocre. Harmonizing and vocals were quite good, but this as a whole project is a letdown. So maybe it's just based on your expectations, because I feel like the commentary is still the same.
When you go onto user reviews, you have to remember that people have different ears, people live different lives.
Of course.
People hear things differently, so.
But I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I do agree with that for the most part. So I think it's worth a listen to maybe explore a new R&B artist or sound that you might like. If you're not feeling it, that's okay, because the project is not blowing you out the water, but solid little project, and again, I'm not mad at that as part of her discography. Very quickly, I'll talk about Mustafa as well.
Okay.
Again, formerly known as Mustafa the Poet. This one's called When Smoke Rises. It's 8 songs. It's 23 minutes. I was looking at the track list as songs were playing. It's much in that sort of slow music lane, just really slow, kind of and dull in some ways, quote unquote. And I say that respectfully.
That's his style, though, right?
Exactly what I'm saying. That's his style. It's kind of one tone for the most part. I was looking at track 2, and that one's called Air Forces, and I'm like, solid record.
Black Air Forces.
Let me play a little bit of that. I don't want to take too much time at the second period here, but this is kind of my longest discussions of the day. So I'll play a little bit of Air Forces.
Now, you know what's happening outside. You say it's okay, but you touch your chain. Like if they...
So it's kind of like what you can expect from the entire thing. And I was like, okay, solid record.
It's like campfire music, low-key.
Yes, perfect way to describe it, actually. And then I looked at the track listing. I'm like, hold on. Tracks 1 and 2 are from a 2-pack that he released September 2020.
Okay.
And then he re-released a 2-pack in March 2021.
And then put on
along with a third song called Ali, which happens to be track 6 on this project.
Hey, look, the way the music industry works, it will confuse you.
I'm not mad at that, man. Go make your coins, boy.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at that. So, I mean, this looks like a repackage in the most part. There's probably 1 or 2 new songs on here.
Oh, that's true. Then it's only 8 songs, and technically 3 of them you've heard. 4 of them might have come out a long time ago. You just never heard of it.
Listen, man, I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying. But yeah, Mustafa, When Smoke Rises, feel free to listen to that. 8 songs, 23 minutes.
How much
the
time do we
choice
have
is yours. We got 5 minutes.
Okay, I can get at least one of these in. Probably 2. These are easy. Juice WRLD, Goodbye and Good Riddance Anniversary Edition. Of course, you have to listen to it. They added 2 tracks, Lucid Dreams featuring Lil Uzi Vert. I didn't think Uzi made this song any better, to be honest. I thought the song was good. It was his breakout hit, so it was like when you hear it back later, you're like, yeah, the song wasn't that great, but in the time it was something different. Uzi didn't make it better in 2021. And then the other track, 734, it is one of those heartbreak songs that fits well with the album or mixtape. By the way, this mixtape, Goodbye and Good Riddance, it originally had like 14 tracks on it. Now it has like 18. They keep on adding tracks, taking away tracks, reorganizing
Anniversary
it.
edition, man. They gotta keep
Change
going.
it up. Second album, actually the EP, is by 88 Glam. Shout out to Toronto. They came out with a 3-pack EP called Heaven Can Wait. 3 songs, 9 minutes. It was a decent listen. Track
Just
1 was
Toronto
my
sounding
favorite.
artists. Like, what's their sound?
You haven't heard 88 Glam before?
Oh, really?
They have their own sound, I guess. Like, it's not like unique, but it's their own.
Which one's the hardest one?
Play track 1, I guess. Track 1, he sounds like Travis Scott at the beginning. I'll say that.
I see it in your eyes that you ain't worried about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's another guy that sings. He
I see what
comes
you
on
mean.
later. He's that's Derek Wise.
Bitches on my dick, that's so buried in the wind. To that the roof.
That's their
Toronto
sound.
sounding music
Yeah.
in some ways. Okay.
So again, from what I read is that they got dropped by EXO last year. I don't know if they got dropped or they got released or I don't know, whatever. But they're not signed anymore, and they have an album that wants to drop, but they can't get the traction to drop the album.
I think they have the it factor though to eventually
Oh, they do.
break through.
They should be at every like Toronto concert, like Dre concert. They should be one of the openers. Every like weekend concert, they're always on the opening list. So everyone knows 88 Glam in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when they get that hit. Okay, I'll go through the singles then if we have time.
Yeah, we got time.
Eminem, Jack Harlow, Cordae, Killer remix. Did you hear this? Honestly, listen to this. Jack Harlow's not bad, man.
He's not bad. Jack Harlow's he's cool. Like he's just solid.
Exactly. He's not corny like some of the
No
others.
Tyler Harrow. Like that guy sucks.
That guy had one playoff run.
I can't believe I'm never drafting him in fantasy.
I'll
ever
never
again,
draft.
bro. The man put up like 14, 3, and 3, bro. Garbage. Playing point guard. Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, Cordae, he had the best verse, I think, minus the Eminem. Again, I don't know the Killer song, so
Yeah, I don't know the Killer
when
song
Eminem
either.
came
That's
on,
what
I was like,
thinking.
oh, when does he end? I was like, oh wait, it's probably his song, and they added the verses on the beginning.
Probably.
So whatever, I think Cordae killed it. He has some bars in
I
there.
like what Cordae's doing, man. Just
I love it.
in music.
PnB Rock, Swae Lee, Pink Sweats, Forever Never. I love this. Is like cruising music. Sun down or sun up, windows down, roof down. You're cruising to this song. It was nice. It was nice. Are you gonna play it for a little bit of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. No, just so I don't go on
I
to the next
typed
song.
PBN by accident and
PBN.
struggled.
When you
Forever
fumble.
Never.
Yes.
Play some of that.
Gonna find somebody better.
I have to play really small because this might be a dangerous one.
Gonna find somebody better.
Same part of the song.
Together. Said you were a bad text.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
decent. And then Jazz Cartier Buddy, 2 of them. I think this is a slapper. I think they both really complement each other really well on this song. Did it go? I only heard it once or twice. I don't know if they went back and forth.
Forces on today, man.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's a lot
There's
of
a
Canadian
lot of
forces.
Canadian music this week.
Hey, shout out to Canada.
See Jazz Cartier.
2 of them.
Somebody
2 of 'em.
tweeted, there's a huge difference between Toronto and Canada.
There is.
There is.
There is. There is. 8.
Yeah.
Two of them, ayy. 2 sisters, 2 cousins, ooh.
The 2 dozen. Then I turn that 2 dozen to 200. 200. Turn that to.
Okay, I see where the song is going. I like that. I'm feeling that.
Yeah, so just a few singles I like, and you want to switch before I go into Killy, and then we'll end off with.
Yeah, okay, so
DMX.
we're going to end the second period pretty much there. In the third period, we're going to talk about Killy, Kill Streak 2. We're going to talk about our main event, which is DMX Exodus.
Ruff.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. baby.
And then we'll get into a little bit of post-potpourri conversation. Obviously, with the NBA playoffs going on, we got to talk about it.
Pull
Stay
up for
tuned.
3, bang.
Stay tuned. Yeah, that's it. That one goes down and the game is tied.
Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied.
Okay, okay.
We'll see what's about to happen next.
Okay.
All right, Killy. Even though I know it looks like I have a lot of notes here, it's really not. Kill Streak 2, 15 songs, 35 minutes. Yes, think about that. 15 songs, 35
Wow.
minutes.
Okay, that
Now,
threw me off for a second.
I want to tell you something. I feel like he's found his lane because he's been doing this for about a year to 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely do his songs go past 2.5 minutes, which I'm fine with because he's not saying anything of relevance.
Yeah.
And I've always said, if you're not speaking anything
He
of
figured
relevance,
out the algorithm,
like,
man.
don't waste my time.
End of the day, he figured out the algorithm.
And as I listen to this, most songs, I'm like, yo, this song's not bad. And then it's ended. I'm like, yo, I don't have time to hate the song.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. He said he has 2 albums dropping this year, 2 mixtapes.
Okay.
He said one's going to be produced by Boy Wonder. And he's working with a lot of Toronto, like,
Yeah, and he has
artists.
that respect.
He does.
To work with the top talent in Toronto. Or from Toronto, I should say.
So no song was over 30 minutes in this 15-song track. And only 3 songs were over 2.5 minutes. Everything else was under a minute and a half or 2.5 minutes, which I liked. Some songs I liked. Track 4, Heart of Glass. Track 5, Trust Nobody, which was produced by Wonder Girl, another big producer. She produced for Jay-Z, in case you don't know who Wonder Girl is. She's from Brampton, Toronto. Track 6, Picture Perfect. Track 10, Finer Things, which I said I will get to that. And track
Which album
12.
did she become known from again?
444. She produced one of the tracks on 444.
Was it she didn't work on Throne?
No, she didn't work on Throne.
Oh, wow.
No,
Okay.
it was 444. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And track 14, Eat You Alive, which sound like a very old Killy style. He does drop a lot of Toronto like references, which I liked. From what I picked up, from what I listened to, track 3, Wishing Well, he says, "Are you blem? Are you blessed?" Toronto reference.
Toronto references. Are you blem? Are you high? Are you blessed? Are you good?
Good, yes. Track 10, Finer Things. He says, "Stars align with Mandem Toast." Mandem is a
Obviously, people know what Mandem means now because Americans start watching UK shows.
yes, but we just say Mandem in Toronto like it was nothing. He said, in my country, I'm Trudeau. Trudeau is our prime minister, our president. For you guys who don't know what a prime minister is,
And it's true though, you know.
he had a line on the same song. CBC, CBC. It was me and Michael Bublé. Again, this is just inside joke. CBC is like our, what do you call it? BBC.
BBC, PBS.
Yeah, one of ours.
In some ways,
and Michael
MSNBC,
Bublé is just one of those big Canadian artists.
Yeah,
you probably know Michael
that always
Bublé.
appear on like the New Year specials.
And then he says, my best friend's name is Robert Borden.
Now, Borden is obviously the Canadian version of Benjamin.
I was going to say that for you guys who don't know. It's equivalent to saying my best friend is Benjamin Franklin. Is it Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
And then on track 11, he said, "Who are you kidding? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Or are you dumb? Are you stupid?" You know what I'm saying?
Again, Toronto slang in some ways.
All in all,
"Are you dumb" is a universal. Like, "Are you dumb" could mean celebratory. Are you dumb, yo? Jeez, are you dumb?
but when you say with "Are you stupid?"
"Are you dumb" is like, "Are you dumb,
Are
yo?"
you dumb?
Like you're really confronting something. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, all in all, it's like a fishing album. I like it because I like putting it in my playlist because when I'm listening to it, it's a quick 2-minute song. It's like
Right.
boom, 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 and his songs are hard hitting. They're energy songs. They're not, which is again why I like that at 2.5 minutes. He knows what he's giving you. I'm giving you energy. I don't need to give you energy for 5 minutes. Like let's
Facts.
switch up the type of energy for a quick. So I actually really like this. I will come back to a lot of these songs.
Especially with how, we talked about this last week, how light 2021 has been so far. I mean, that could sneak in a multiple listen for you.
Oh,
right?
definitely at 35 minutes too, and he has the respect. Boy Wonder, Carnage, Boy Wonder, Carnage, Wonder Girl, like he's working with some big names.
Absolutely.
And there's some other people too I didn't put on this list that he was working with, but
No,
so
it's a good
shout out to
look.
Killy.
It's a good look for him. Obviously, you salute whenever Toronto artists continue to maintain their name, continue to increase their name, increase their presence. Again, I think obviously he's already broken through, but just becoming a little bit more of a household name, I'm seeing it happen. So shout out to Killy for that for sure. Yeah. Let's move on to our main event of the evening.
Main event.
We're gonna talk about. You have to end it off with DMX, right? DMX, Exodus, rest in peace, of course.
Yes, sir.
13 songs, 39 minutes. Let me just load up the Spotify track list here. I mean the DSP, the digital streaming platform list here. But I mean, I will say, the review is probably not as long as it looks.
It's not, honestly.
But I did want to kind of go song by song. First, I will talk about the features on here. So again, like I said, 13 songs, which feels right for some reason. 39 minutes, which also feels right for some reason.
This is how you make an album. Don't bore. Like I don't have to. Don't make me say I'm tired of this.
Track one, we got The Locks, and obviously Swiss Beats is going to be all over this. He put it together. He EP'd it. He did I think all of the beats, if I'm not mistaken, or most of them at the very least. So I'm going to mention his name multiple times. But nonetheless, track 1, we have Lox and Swiss Beats. Track 2, we have Jay-Z and Nas. Track 3, we have Lil Wayne and Swiss Beats. Track 4, Moneybagg Yo. Track 5, Alicia Keys. Track 6, Bono. Track 7, Cross, Infrared, and Ice Pick. Track 8, Westside Gun, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine. Track 9, Snoop Dogg. Track 10, Nas, Exodus Simmons, and Denon. Track 11 is just a skit. Track 12, Usher, Brian King Joseph as well. And then track 13 again is not a skit but a prayer from DMX. So let's kind of go through it again, not necessarily track by track, but I did think track 1 set the tone.
It did.
That was called That's My Dog. Really typical DMX Swiss Beats fashion. And I will get to the end of the album with kind of some Swiss Beats commentary, so I'll save it for now. But yeah, definitely sets the tone of what you're, okay, this is definitely a DMX listen. They're not going to try to jazz it up or spice it up. No, this is a DMX release. You know what I'm saying? So I like that it did that. Track 2, Bath Salts. Again, that's the Jay-Z Nas record. I thought to myself, Nas finally sounds better than Jay-Z on a record.
Did you think... No, I felt like Jay-Z's verse was kind of shorter than Nas.
I felt like it was just the hook. For some reason. I'm like, am I tripping?
Maybe that's why he sounded better. Because when you listen to someone talk for 30 seconds, or you listen to someone talk for 2 minutes, who would sound better? Because just after 2 minutes, you're like, yo, that guy just sounds like he's been talking for 2 minutes.
And Nas was saying some shit on there.
He was too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, but maybe that's why he sounded.
Track 3, I could do without.
I actually I like. See, this is the thing about this album. It's like I like the verses on this album. I didn't really like
the song.
Yes. Like, I loved Lil Wayne's verse.
And I feel like Swiss Beats has something to do with that. And again, I'll save my commentary to the end.
But yeah, I like Lil Wayne's verse on this song. I didn't really necessarily like DMX's verse. I just felt like the beat wasn't right for DMX.
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe the beat was just too off for me.
That too.
Track 4, Money, Money, Money.
This was a fire beat.
This is another example of a newer act sounding good with the older act. It happened with Fivio and Nas. Que lo que, everybody pricey. I don't even know what they say on that, but that track is fucking hard. This Moneybagg Yo record is real good.
This was probably yeah.
I like it a lot.
Good. It's really well.
It's really good.
Really well done.
Track 5, Hold Me Down.
At this point, I said, yo, get your money, Swiss. Put Alicia on her own track.
Put Alicia on there.
I'm like, yo, on her own track, she's not splitting.
But nothing. I thought, and obviously before we get to track 6, obviously, but track 5, I was like, nah, this one's special. This is our early candidate. This is one of the best songs on the album. It has that special feel to it. Like, you know what Alicia comes with. You know, New York. Like, you know what Alicia Keys is coming with. She does that on this record, too.
It reminded me of Aaliyah DMX times. Because it's like his harsh voice and like her soft voice. Like something about like the opposite of them just together on the track. It's just like, yo. Because DMX's voice is harsh. Yeah. Alicia Keys' voice is soft. Like you just said, But on the track, I was like, yo, they made it work.
Yeah, no, that one I thought worked perfectly. And it made sense. You know, Swiss Beats puts the best quality record with Alicia Keys. I get it. Track 6 comes on. Now, track 6 is interesting because I feel like 6 and 5 almost play the same purpose. Feeling-wise, obviously this is just first listen reaction.
I get you.
Feeling-wise, but Bono is just the old white male version of Alicia Keys. Like,
he bodied it. Yo, Bono smoked that shit.
Bono did some things to this fucking record, bro.
Smoked that shit.
Skyscrapers. Bono sings the hook on it. I didn't know it was produced by Kanye.
Oh, so this is why I read about it, because honestly, when I like tracks, honestly, you can go down a rabbit hole. This track has been out so this track was sent to Kanye in 2012.
Okay.
To be on, and then Swiss Beats said when he got it back 3 months later, Kanye did the whole track. I sent him a completed track, and then Swiss Beats was like, "It's not what I wanted." So he took he took the verses off, and he's like, "I'm gonna keep those 2 Kanye verses for myself," and then. Do like whatever he did on this track, and then it finally came out now. But like there's like you can hear it, like there was a video of like them in a booth or in a studio from like 2012 with Kanye working on this beat.
Oh shit!
And I was like, that's sick.
I like that. I like that. Then he brought it back and then fucking had that on this.
And DMX was speaking. If you actually listen to that shit, he had a line there. He's like, "I don't want to be heard." Oh, say, "I just want to be heard. Fuck the fame. My words will live on forever. Fuck my name." And like you'll spit some real shit on this track. Like, I listened to it word for word. I was like, yo.
And all throughout the album, definitely just spitting some real shit. Like, track 8, Hood Blues. Right.
This was another one individually. I kind of liked it together. It wasn't really a good
I
track.
really liked the. I mean, it was a Griselda record.
It was.
Right. It was a Griselda record with DMX riffs and ad libs.
You're gonna hear a lot,
And I was like, this is fucking hard. Like a Griselda record with DMX ad libs, I'll take that all day.
Oh, and speaking of ad libs, DMX ad libs. Whew, this guy was the OG ad libber, man. This guy, he was before his time when it came to ad libs. Because
Yo.
on some records, he was doing ad libs for other people, and I'm like, yo,
I'm like, this
he's
is hard.
killing
Like,
me.
it's like a constant pump. Like,
Yo, okay. I was like, yo, okay, let's go. Okay, DMX.
I'm with it. And then I went personally all the way to track 12. I don't know if you have anything to discuss. in between.
No.
So yeah, I went track 12, Letter to My Son. I mean, self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very introspective, as the name would suggest. One of those introspective records. I actually want to give that more of a deeper listen.
It's actually really good. I listened
See
to that
what
one.
he's
That,
saying.
that one on the first listen because of the name. It
Yeah.
sold me. I listened to I knew okay, it's not about the beat. It's not about the flow. It's about what he's actually saying.
100%.
And I listened to it. I'm like, yo, he's speaking some real shit, man.
And then
Like,
track 13, Literally a Prayer by DMX.
Mm-hmm.
The production, to me, I'll just end off by saying this. Like, the production obviously feels very Swiss beats.
oh yeah, yeah.
Very Swiss beats.
Yeah.
Anthem type of beat. Like,
You're very New York, very loud.
It's an anthem. It's loud. It's, you know.
in your
it's-
face type of
I saw a
music.
video of him just playing it.
It's New York, fam.
He playing with his chin. Busta Rhymes is there trying to vibe with him, and then he's like, he's not vibing with it at one point. It feels very Swiss beats.
Well, fair enough.
I'm happy with it. I think this
I'm
is
cool
one
with
of the
it.
more higher quality releases of the year.
It is.
And I'm definitely gonna give it more spins on my end.
It was a fun listen for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked it. It was good features. But some songs felt like they were more like featuring DMX, not really like
Yeah.
a DMX track featuring someone else. And this happens with posthumous albums when they're not completely done or close to being completely done. Like Juice WRLD's album was almost completely done, so they can avoid that.
Yeah.
Some like Pop Smoke or DMX, where it's kind of a rush thing. It kind of is. You can't really you don't get full verses from them. You just get what you have. So from album of the year, actually, someone wrote this. It's a good collection of songs that create a good posthumous album that tries to blend DMX's unique style with other different styles present in hip hop realm today,
Yep.
as well as one pop track with Bono. And that's just what it is, honestly. It's trying to mesh his style together. Some tracks it felt more like his tracks. Some tracks it didn't really feel like his. But all in all, it was a good body of work. And
Yeah.
like you said, it's a solid body of work. How many? If I can name 5 albums that have dropped solid, like
This would be
5,
one of them.
exactly 5 solid albums this year. This would be one of them. This would be top 5 easy.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
we need some better albums out here. But yeah,
So let's go rotation then.
yeah. I forgot
Let's go
about that.
rotation. I'll do mine real quick. There's not a lot. I listened to We Win. That's the We Win, like Kirk Franklin, Lil Baby record. I love that record, man. I tried listening to a little bit more of that Akeem Ali, Mac in the Day, starring Kimi Casanova. It's not for me. It's
not for you?
It's not for me, bro.
Damn.
I tried. I
did.
bumped that Smino new record, Rice and Gravy. That one came out not too long ago. I bumped Noir by Smino. I bumped that Bobby Sessions record from last week, Gold Rolex. That one features Fritzia Gibbs and Benny the Butcher. I listened to Bandana by Freddie Gibbs. That's why I did that, because the intro is like,
Yeah.
you know. I listened to
If you know,
Jay-Z,
you know.
Jay-Z Artist Shuffle, and Dissect Podcast.
Do you have a new one? Or
No, I'm
just,
still bumping the Kendrick one, the Damn.
Yeah, I had to put the decode on break for now because I'm like, yo, I can't do this week by week. It
I
gets
bump
to
it in
me.
the morning because remember you're saying you don't want to bump music in the morning. You just want to get in a certain
Yeah.
mood, right?
True.
Like when I'm on my way to work, I mean.
Yeah.
And then I also bump J. Cole to Off Season. That's it.
Yeah, speaking of moods, even like if I'm going to a meeting sometimes, I actually don't listen to music. I listen to like podcasts. Just to like get my head into talking and
Talking,
listening.
explaining.
And sometimes I'll be talking to back and I'm like, nah, that's not how it works. But it's just to
Elaborating.
like get my brain like in that headspace.
Exactly.
What did I listen to? Sweet Union by Sicko P. Do you know that song? That boy bad news, he a menace to society. Okay, well. That's by Sicko P. I listened to his album. Pretty good. Khaled by DJ Khaled. Beat Me Up Scotty by Nicki Minaj. Just the first few songs she added. Slime Language 2 by Young Stoner Life. Fireside by They. That's still a good album. I don't care.
That is. It's a real good
I went back and I bumped every single track. And I'm like, yo, remember 2018 and
2018 was a fucking phenomenal
good
year.
year,
of music.
good music. The Search by NF, enjoyed that.
I think it was the last great year of music.
Goodbye and Good Riddance. I bumped that. I'm putting that in there because it's not a new album, and I bumped the whole thing all over again. And honestly, that's where it ends. Just that's just where it ends. I'm waiting. June 11. Mark this day. June 11 is the start of good music. There's like 3 good albums coming. I think Culture 3 is coming out. Polo G's coming out that day. Those are the only two I can remember off the top of my head, but. I know June 11th, I think I saw like 3 or 4
Yeah, I think it's going to heat
A,
up.
B-listers dropping albums. So
Second half is ready to heat up.
I'm ready. I'm just getting ready for June. Polo G album, let's go. It's called Hall of Fame. June 11. Leak that shit. I'm not going to ask anybody because it's a leak no matter what.
Post-potpourri.
Post-potpourri.
Post-potpourri, just a very quick, to your point, very quick NBA playoff. Not even really.
It's not prediction. Just I was like, just more because I was thinking, say, oh, do a prediction. I'm like, yo, by the time these comes
just
out,
just quick winners, I guess, because some of them are going to be over. To your point, in the East, obviously these series have been going on, so some of them are already over,
pretty much done.
But we can kind of continue going from there. Philly versus Wizards, obviously Philly.
Philly smacking them.
Brooklyn versus Boston, obviously Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah. It's not going to be a sweep anymore, but
Bucks versus Heat, obviously Bucks.
Are they even up right now?
They're losing right now, so it might be 3-1 after today.
Yeah,
but
you never know.
They could still come back.
Exactly.
Knicks Hawks.
I'm going with Knicks, man. Knicks in 7. What do you think?
I want the Knicks to win badly.
What do you think is going on with Julius Randle? You think it's just playoff surprise? Like,
yeah, I mean,
you wasn't surprised
the
that the
Siakam type of effect.
The competition you see in the playoffs being the number 1 star. Because stars have said that, like, they're surprised, like, yo, you think it's just another game? Like, nah, players up their intensity.
It's different. Yeah. I think it's that, like, the same way that Milwaukee has been nullifying Bam Adebayo.
That's true.
It's the same way they're nullifying Julius Randle.
That's
right?
True.
Jazz Grizzlies. I'm going with
I want Memphis, man. I want Ja Morant.
I'm going with the Grizz.
Ja Morant's my sneaky, low-key favorite player.
With the
I'm going to end it that way.
Phoenix Suns, Lakers.
Come on.
I want to say Suns. I do.
We know you do.
I do.
But realistically.
But injuries every year happens to my guy. I can't hate on anyone that criticizes him for that. But for me, it's always justified. Nuggets versus Trailblazers.
Yo, this is a series.
I want Portland to win badly. I think Portland's a better team.
I want Nuggets to win badly.
I think Portland's the better team.
I think Jokic is carrying that team on his back. And they need to win, man. This man's bringing us back for nothing.
And then Clippers, Mavs.
I want the Mavs to win.
Clippers, Mavs.
Right. First of all, everyone in Toronto wants the Mavs to win except this guy. It's not like we hate Kawhi. It's just more like, if you ain't winning with us, you ain't winning with no one else. We don't hate you. Just what it is.
So it's hate.
Just win with us or don't win anywhere else.
These aren't in order of what second round would be.
No, I don't know what second round would be.
Yeah, I don't know either, so we won't even guess.
We're not a basketball podcast. I didn't want to go into depth.
That is true. That is true. So on that note, the music is already cued, man. It's already cued. Listen, that brings us to the end, the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast, episode 156. We definitely appreciate all that stuff that helps us out on all of our socials. Follow, subscribe, sharing your stories, comment on our content. Listen to the episode, get the runtime going up on YouTube, all that good stuff. We definitely appreciate it. Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris. Dill.
I'm dying. I just a deal. Yo, I'm dying. You already know who it is. Skirt Master here, Mr. Triple Double himself, 0 assists. Cheese. Stealing 70 mil from the TTC. Cheese. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Cheese. On my way to an NBA championship. Cheese. You can call me Just Shola. Cheese. Cheese.
And if you may, that number 1 rule.
Honestly, I don't know what the weather's doing, so yo, just watch out for the wasteman.
Watch out for the motherfucking wastemans, please. It's dangerous out there. It's the True North Views podcast. Like we said, signing off, episode 156.